What's up, meatbags? I am the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD, and of course, I'm joined by my man Gary, the obsessive compulsive gamer. And we're gonna go over the unboxing video. We're not gonna watch the video. We're just gonna comment some things that have been discovered about it. Brief synopsis, and then I'm gonna share some news that the Geek Getaway news team has uncovered. Gary does not know what this news is, so it's gonna be a surprise for him. We're gonna get his reaction to this. But before we get into that, just you want to say something, Gary? Want to say hello?
Yeah, so what's up, guys? Kind of was busy yesterday with the whole birthday thing. And for the last couple days, I was kind of shocked when they did the unboxing, if so to speak. So, but obviously, if you pay attention and you watched it close, that clearly was not for the public. That is definitely for to get investors excited. So I think some guys out there are making a little bit into a big thing when it really isn't. That's my takeaway. But I'm excited to see what you got in store for us here.
All right. So the quick synopsis of the video. You've probably watched it. You probably watched everybody talking about it. But we,
Yes.
here at the Geek Getaway, we don't do just knee jerk reactions. We wait, we analyze, we get all the facts. So here are the facts about the video. First off, John Alvarado admitted that he knows it wasn't a traditional unboxing video, but hey, it was just some stuff that was convenient laying around. They wanted to show off the box, so that's what they did. He also admitted that it was Hans's partners in Europe that were really looking forward to finding out if the localization was actually working. So that was the whole reasoning behind that. He said that the boot up process, quote unquote, takes a while, so they cut it out. That's why there's that weird cut at the very beginning. They didn't want to show the boot up process for some reason. We know by comparing the video, the unboxing video to the December UI video, they're actually slightly different UI. So even though Tommy said that that was a final UI in December, there have been some tweaks to the UI, just a couple, some colors and some things like that, but nothing serious.
Well, that's what they do. They tweak.
Um, John said that the NFC works, but only in the sense that the RFID reader on the Amico reads the RFID cards. It does not have the ability to actually send anything to a website to verify. So the back end is basically not done, is what he's saying, without saying it.
Right. Things
Uh,
that we all kind of pretty much knew.
Yeah, all the launch games have been admitted to not be completed. He said some of them are sort of being worked on. Some of them are still in uh, final QA. Some have just passed QA, and some haven't even started QA. Additionally, he said not all the pack-ins were complete. He didn't really want to answer the question. He was like, "Well, I already said that not all the games are complete," so he didn't want to go into the pack-ins specifically. But just by his non-answer, we know that some of the packing games are not complete. They're not even in final QA. So there's that. John also said that they're not going to show the internals of the system. They won't be doing a teardown. So you don't expect a official Amico teardown from the Intellivision channel. He admitted that he didn't agree with all the gears being the same on the settings page, but it is what it is. According to John, there is another deep dive video out there, but the audio was bad for some reason, and without Tommy around to re-record the audio, they're just basically gonna just scrap the video. And it's kind of weird that he says, without Tommy around, like they couldn't. Between the time it was shot and now, at any point, say, "Hey, Tommy, real quick, we need you to re-record something," or have somebody dub over it. Hey, Tommy's audio was bad, so we had someone dub over it, for a little funny type thing. So I think that's kind of odd. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it is. It's a little weird. I mean, these are things that regular YouTubers could get done on their own. So, I don't think there's any excuse for these guys not to be able to do these things.
Yeah, it is a like 10-minute video, probably, right? I don't see why they couldn't just say, "Hey, Tommy, at some point your dad's gonna sleep." I understand his father's sick; he's taking care of him, but at some point you'll have 10 minutes of your day that you can just record some audio, send it to us, and we'll dub over the files. We have editors and stuff here at Intel. We just need 10 minutes of audio, basically, right?
Right.
But it is what it is. He said that the happy birthday feature, remember the much touted free birthday game and blow on the thing and you get a free birthday gift.
Yeah, happy birthday,
completed.
Karen.
Yeah, it's not completed and was never completed, and it's been dropped as a feature. So no free birthday game.
It's been dropped, huh? I didn't
No
hear
candle
that.
to blow out on your birthday on your controller.
Wah wah.
When asked what was the most innovative game feature using the controller, right? What was the most innovative use of the controller? John said rigid force redux enhanced because there's some animations on the screen and the lights flash. So flashing lights in a little picture is the most innovative thing that they've done with this controller.
Sounds about right.
So that is your synopsis, your brief recap. If you haven't watched the video, you really don't need to. If you've watched it, you probably didn't realize all that stuff. All the deceptive marketing tactics, because all that stuff that I just rattled off, none of that is mentioned in the video. None of that is anywhere in the description. You wouldn't know these things if it wasn't for people like us.
Right. This video really, killed two birds with one stone. Really, this was obviously marketed or used to get other potential investors excited, while kind of simultaneously try and it's my belief that they're trying to hold on to the pre-orders that they got, right, and maybe get some people to not cancel those pre-orders and hang on. Maybe I've heard you guys talk about how maybe Gatorews thinks that they don't want any more pre-orders, but I'm on the fence on that. I don't think it would be really bad for them to maybe gain a few. It depends on whether or not the information we know, which we got to take the SEC filings as fact, right, because they put it out. But I really do think that that they use this and launch this so that they could definitely get potential investors and hopefully quiet those haters and keep certain people invested here, because they don't want to refund money. So
with that said, we're going to move on to the new breaking news. Well, it's not really breaking. I mean, it's old news that no one knew about, but we just dug it up. Like I said, the Geek Getaway news team is out there. They're on the beat. Pat and Ian, they put a challenge to us. They said, hey, some journalists need to go out there and dig some information, do some deep dives. and despite a former piano salesman turned journalist turned cult member saying we're fake journalists, we're actually really good at what we do. Investigative journalism is alive and well here at the Geek Getaway. And so we got some news for you. Let me remind you to like, share, subscribe to the channel, before we get into it. Gary has not seen this news, so it's going to be a surprise to him. Now, because of the sensitive nature of what I'm about to show you, I've had to cut and paste this onto a Paint document so I could get rid of all the identifying, information. So, I don't want to dox anybody, even accidentally. That's not what the point is. I removed any mention of past companies or future companies. As a little hint as to what we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share that with you. Gary is going to be seeing this for the first time. As you can see there, I kind of got it all blued out. I don't want to show everything all at once, right? We want to do a slow reveal because, I want to savor the moment. So as you can see, the only thing you can see here is Gary. Did you know from March 2020 to May 2020, a 3-month period, there was actually a vice president of business development in Canada?
I did not.
So for 3 months, they had another useless VP position, perhaps trying to get some of that Canadian grant money. Didn't pan out. Gentleman's no longer working in television as the VP. But basically, for 3 months, they paid somebody to be VP of Business Development Canada. Nothing to show for it.
Which is weird because wouldn't VP was Phil Adam at the time, right? And wouldn't you think he would just cover that region?
You would think, but they got to get a specific individual. Got to spread that money out. They have 17 million to play with. You got to start hiring people and doing things, right? Got to.
I guess.
Some, fancy accounting. Hey, we got some money. We got to spend it. Hire some VPs. So there's that. I thought that was interesting. Not too blockbuster, but that was interesting. Hopefully this works. There you go. Now this is a little more interesting. The vice president of product development last month stopped working at the company. The guy developing the product, the vice president of the product development. The guy from August 2019 to February 2022, he was there almost at the beginning.
Yeah.
2 years, 7 months with the company. Poof, gone. I mean, this unboxing video just came out. Make us believe that we're on the launch pad. We're ready to go. But the guy developing the product is gone. Vice president, anyway. Another VP position, gone. My heart goes out.
Dust in the wind.
Dust in the wind. Now this one is a little more interesting. So we got a Unity developer. He started in January 2021. He left in June 2021. 6 months. Now, I don't know if you can see this, Gary, but do you see what he did at the company?
Developed TCG, so card games?
No, that's his previous job. Look a little further up.
Oh, okay. So Unity developer, Bomb Squad developer. Okay.
Bomb Squad developer. Now, why is this interesting, right? Because realistically, this is just a Unity developer. It's not really a big deal. But that is kind of interesting there because we had a whole video showing off Bomb Squad. And Scott Barrett was the developer of Bomb Squad. He's a pretty well-known figure in video games. People know him. He's got a lot of experience, games under his belt. He did a few Kickstarters, was involved with a few, I don't want to call them scams, but it was pretty much a scam. But like I said, he worked on at Interplay. He knows Tommy. They touted him. He was in a video. They did a whole little thing where he showed off the Bomb Squad. So why is this gentleman here calling himself the Bomb Squad developer? Because I could tell you point blank period that this is not Scott Barrett's LinkedIn profile here that I've cut and pasted.
That's a good question.
Now, if you'll notice here, this is a programmer from Serbia who was self-employed for 10 months, January 2018 to 2018, October. Then he developed a card game. Then suddenly he jumps ship to Intellivision and he's making Bomb Squad.
Now, my guess would be that they had to possibly finish the project.
So what are you thinking that maybe Scott Barrett was a little too expensive? So they cut him loose, or was Scott Barrett even ever developing Bomb Squad, or was he just another Jay Allard situation? Someone with a name they could trot out, have him say a few nice words, and then kick rocks, hit the bricks. We don't need you. We got this nice Serbian gentleman. He'll go ahead and make the game
right.
for us.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, that's my takeaway is that they had, somebody come in and finish this, at least try to finish this project. So
now, if you notice here, we go down, scroll down just a little bit to the man's education. So he was in high school from 2014 to 2018. Okay. That means when this gentleman joined Intellivision, he was 3 years out of high school. No college in there, right? So, man, 3 years removed from high school. Boom, in charge of Bomb Squad development. Now, we got college kids. This is like a high school kid. That's as far as his education went.
I mean, you get him young, you can pay him cheap, right?
Yeah. Hey, he knocked it out in 6 months, or he knocked something out because he's gone. But, as you can see, we got another nice big blue section here. So that means we got more stuff to uncover. So let's see what else we got going. What is this? The QA manager is gone. That's right. In March 2022, they lost their QA manager. Maybe that's why they couldn't spell Intellivision right on the little insert card in the unboxing video, because the guy in charge, he gone. He out of there. Now, again, I removed the identifying information, but he started in July 2021 all the way till March 2022. 9 months at the Utah office, gone now. We know that the Utah office now has a residential address. So
correct.
Could it be that they just basically laid off everybody from the Utah office, cut them loose, downsized, however you want to put it, furloughed, told them kick rocks? I mean, this is a pretty big position here.
Right.
Gone. Just gone. But we have one more thing to take a look at. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom here. As you can see, we have a software engineer intern, June 2021 to September 2021. Developed and designed an entirely new prototype video game in Unity engine using C. So he developed some sort of prototype video game for Intellivision as he was an intern. They got interns making prototype games.
That's C#, by the way.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a coder.
Yeah, that hashtag is sharp.
I was going to say C $sign or C hashtag. I don't know. I know it's not C+. I didn't make that mistake. But okay, so in C#, whatever that means. He also worked with a team of engineers to fix bugs and improve the new API features for new game console. A design touchscreen implementation for game controller. Maybe that's why the controller is so laggy. They got the damn intern designing it. Creating assets with HTML. But he's also gone. So this guy gone. 4 months with the company, gone. This type of thing right here does not bode well for the future of Intellivision. They're telling you that it's all hunky-dory, everything's fine and dandy. Companies moving forward, they're unboxing demo units.
Well, I wouldn't say they're necessary. I wouldn't necessarily they're saying it, right? They're implying it, and a lot of people are running with it. That's what they're hoping for, right? They're hoping for a lot of these guys to kind of run with it.
Heavily implying it, allowing them to run free, just run rampant. And while all the vultures come out of the woodwork to feast upon the corpse of Intellivision, make their little videos and we've never heard of before, just trying to get a little bit of this Intellivision clout, we're actually doing the work, right? We're putting the work in, finding this information out for you, bringing you the facts. Some of these positions, pretty big positions. We got 2 VPs gone. We got a QA manager gone. We got a Unity developer who claiming he developed Bomb Squad. What's going on over in Intellivision? That's what I want to know.
I have no idea, but it's been said before, and I think Pat Nian brought up a really good point that they said this was it was the starting line, right? They're at the end of the day, getting a product out is not the finish line. It was the starting line, and I agree with that because I've always said, and I will always say, that for at the price point, I could understand at maybe $100, $150 if they somehow by a miracle get this console out into people's hands. Maybe that's just founders editions, but I still think that if this company's not going to be around for 6 months to a year, which it's a lot of these things that we point out is what it's pointing to, right? It doesn't bode well for the the overall longevity of the Amico, and that was always a huge problem for myself. So these things don't look good, and the future doesn't look good for them. So even if they somehow by a miracle get this the Amico out into people's hands, it still looks grim.
And one last final tidbit, courtesy of John Alvarado. They have no ability to mass manufacture at the current time.
Right.
So they're not even at the
So-
starting line. They're on the sidelines looking at the starting line, hoping to get there.
And I
They
thought
got
you
the
brought a
little-
great.
they
I
got
thought you
the
brought a
tape.
great point up. Go ahead.
I was gonna say they got the caution tape in front of them saying, "Hey, stay back. You're not allowed in the race. You're not even allowed to get in the race to get to the starting line." That's
The
how
tape
far
looks like
out
a
they are.
crime scene. That's what it is. But
Yeah.
no, I thought you brought up a great point on NSG's stream that the box. That was a great thing that they did with the box and the sleeve, because I think that was a great point that they could just interchange that sleeve with the box and they'd be able to kind of get going. But they don't even have these. They don't even have boxes, or they just don't have anything ready to go at this point, and that's a huge problem. No money in the bank, nothing to really to get moving, and it's just all still. It boggles my mind. It's like, what's going on? Why this video? If they only have a few months left, they're really digging at the bottom of the barrel here to get something, because I just don't understand what's going on. They can't have much time left, and this really has to be a mad dash to get somebody involved to get this thing, to get the ball rolling here.
It's just more lies, more deception. The company, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, is doing all this kabuki theater, doing everything to make it look like, guys, we gave it the old college try, and gosh darn it, we just couldn't get it to work. Don't blame us. You're not getting your refunds. No checks in the mail. Party over.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nothing they can do. They don't have the capacity, the ability to mass manufacture. They don't have all the games complete for launch. They don't have all the pack-ins games. They can't even, put some demo units together and give you all the pack-in games and send them out. They can't even do that. How are they going to make 2,600 consoles for the founders? They can't do that.
Right.
And
It's very bizarre.
Another point someone pointed out was they approved quote unquote pilot plastics for the founders editions last year at the end of December, right? Why didn't they slap one of those together for the demo unit, right? How hard would it be? Just open up the black demo unit, take the guts, put it inside the pilot plastics guts, send Hans a nice new, retail ready, at least the console part of it, not the software part, but the physical part of it, retail ready founders edition style unit.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's exactly like Rambling Man says, only one box, only one pilot plastic, only one demo unit.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. It makes sense. You don't, if you had these things kind of ready to go, I personally, I understand you're trying to make the video, as quick as possible and avoid certain things. But to actually have been able to unbox it the way a consumer would have unboxed it if they had bought it from the store, I think would have given them more credit. Same thing with the booting it up. I mean, they can say whatever they want, but they've been criticized about this for over 2 years. Why not shut people up? But they didn't do that. So
yeah, at this point in the game, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I'll keep saying it. At this point in the game, there is no hiding it, right? Everything you do is being scrutinized. So why put yourself under this additional pressure, right? Because now everyone's like, well, why don't they show the boot up? More conspiracy. You're just creating more tinfoil hats, right? At this point, just show it all. Just be like, look, this is what we got. This is how far along we are. This is how much of it works. This is how long it takes. Fucking 3 minutes to boot up, right? Whatever. That's what it is.
Well, that's the thing. They can't do it without, like you said, being heavily scrutinized, and unfortunately, they have no options. They're out of options at this point.
But they're
so they
going to be
had to put
scrutinized twice. That's what I'm saying. Like right now, they're getting scrutinized, and then the eventual, if it ever gets to the boot up, we're going to scrutinize the boot up anyway, right? So just get it over, rip it off like a Band-Aid. Say, hey,
Right.
This is what
Well,
it
this
is, right?
is
Here are the
yeah,
guts.
this is
It's
what
a
they've
damn
done for
2016
years.
cell phone. Fuck it.
Yeah, we've said this from the beginning. We said
Because realistically,
it.
if they showed this 3 years ago, if they said 3 years ago, here's what the board is, here it is, fuck it, right? It's the
Right.
best we can do, guys. We wouldn't be talking about it now, right? It'd be done. It'd be a dead issue. If they said, here's the boot up, fuck it, it takes 2 minutes, dead issue. It's done, right? They get a month of ridicule, then we move on. But they've dragged it out. They've made every mistake you could make, fed the trolls, fed the bullshit, fed the conspiracies, created conspiracies themselves. Guys, if you are honestly and earnestly trying to make a console, you have made every wrong choice that you could possibly make. Every instinct in your body has been wrong from fucking inception to now, right?
Yeah,
Stop listening
they
to
need to
yourself.
go to with the Seinfeld, the George Costanza, Summer of George. If everything I do is wrong, do the opposite, right?
I was just going to say that, Gary. We were on the same level. If there's any advice, anything to take away from this video Intellivision, because I know you're watching, just do like Gary said. Do the opposite. Every time you have a decision to make, decide what you want to do, and then do the fucking opposite of that. And I bet it'll work out 10 times better than what we're at now. That's all I got to say. You got anything left, Gary? Any gas in the tank?
Yeah, no. We've been on E for a long time. We're behind the horses. We're pushing the cart uphill. When is everything just going to fall apart? That's the real question.
This is like Weekend at Bernie's 37 now, right? We're at like the 37th iteration. The corpse is rotten. Half his head is missing, and we're still dragging him around pretending like he's alive. Fuck it. Let it die. Come out and say, guys, we fucked up. We screwed the pooch. It's over. Haters won. Whatever. Move on with your lives. But that's all I got to say about that. I love peace, booty grease. Me and Gary, we out this bitch.